Cuneiform language and technology refers to the intriguing theory that the ancient Sumerian cuneiform script, one of the earliest known forms of writing, may have influenced or even been incorporated into modern digital systems and programming languages. Proponents of this idea point to the uncanny resemblance between the wedge-shaped characters of cuneiform and certain symbols used in early computer systems, such as the ASCII character set. They argue that the similarities in shape and form could not be mere coincidence, and that there may have been a deliberate effort to draw upon the visual language of this ancient writing system in the development of digital communication. Some even go as far as to suggest that the Sumerian language itself, with its complex grammatical structure and ability to convey abstract concepts, could have provided a template for the logical and systematic nature of modern programming languages. Believers also cite the fact that many early pioneers in the field of computer science and cryptography, such as Alan Turing, were known to have had a deep interest in ancient languages and scripts, lending credence to the idea that they may have consciously or unconsciously incorporated elements of cuneiform into their work. Dead Internet theory refers to the concept that the Internet, as we know it today, is largely populated by artificial intelligence and bots, with minimal genuine human interaction. Proponents of this theory suggest that a significant portion of online content, including social media posts, comments, and even entire websites, are generated by algorithms and AI programs rather than real people. They point to the increasing sophistication of language models, such as GPT-3, and the prevalence of bot accounts on social media platforms as evidence that AI is capable of mimicking human behavior online. Some believers in this theory also cite the apparent homogenization of online discourse and the echo chamber effect, where users are increasingly exposed to content that aligns with their pre-existing beliefs, as signs that algorithms are shaping online experiences more than authentic human interactions. Additionally, the theory suggests that the commercialization of the Internet has led to a prioritization of engagement metrics and advertising revenue over genuine human connection, further incentivizing the use of AI and bots to generate content and drive traffic. Advocates of the dead internet theory argue that this trend has led to a decline in the quality and authenticity of online interactions, with many users unknowingly engaging with artificial content and personas. While the extent to which AI and bots dominate the internet is debatable, the dead internet theory raises important questions about the nature of online identity, the role of algorithms in shaping our digital experiences, and the potential consequences of an increasingly artificial online landscape. Demolition Elves refers to the alleged sightings of small, otherworldly creatures at the scenes of disasters, both before and after the events occur, with historical descriptions matching those of trolls and elves, either short, stumpy beings with inhuman proportions or impossibly thin figures seen dancing across the rubble of collapsed structures. Proponents of this theory point to the most famous examples, such as the 9/11 attacks and the Silver Bridge collapse, where multiple witnesses reported seeing diminutive humanoids crawling over the debris in the aftermath of the tragedies. Some believe these creatures to be malevolent demons that actively cause natural disasters and catastrophes for their own nefarious purposes, reveling in the chaos and destruction they leave behind. Others speculate that these entities might be summoned by individuals or groups responsible for orchestrating the disasters, either to assist in carrying out their plans or to revel in the ensuing mayhem. Given the long history of belief in demons and the occult, some proponents argue that if demon summoning is indeed real, it is plausible that those with malicious intent could employ such supernatural means to achieve their destructive goals. The consistent descriptions of the Demolition Elves across different times and locations lend credence to the idea that these sightings are more than mere hallucinations or coincidences, and that there may be a genuine paranormal phenomenon at play. While mainstream science dismisses these accounts as products of fear, confusion, and the human tendency to see patterns in chaos, those who have witnessed the Demolition Elves firsthand maintain that their experiences cannot be easily explained away. Denver Airport refers to the numerous conspiracy theories surrounding the Denver International Airport, DIA, in Colorado, which has been the subject of intense speculation and intrigue since its construction in the 1990s. One of the most popular theories suggests that the airport was built by the New World Order, a secretive global elite, as a headquarters for their nefarious activities, with some believing that vast underground facilities and tunnels were constructed beneath the airport for this purpose. Proponents of this theory point to the airport's unusual architectural features, such as its tent-like roof and the gargoyle-like figures in its artwork, as evidence of its sinister purpose, interpreting them as symbols of dark occult or Masonic rituals. The airport's murals, which depict scenes of war, destruction, and rebirth, have also been the subject of intense scrutiny, with some claiming that they represent a timeline of future events planned by the New World Order, including a global apocalypse and the establishment of a totalitarian world government. Another theory suggests that the airport is built on top of a massive underground military base or even a secret concentration camp, with some citing the airport's remote location and the alleged existence of unusually large underground facilities as evidence of this claim. Believers in these theories also point to the airport's high construction costs and the numerous delays and complications during its building as signs that there was more going on than meets the eye, with some speculating that the extra time and money were used to build the alleged secret facilities. While airport officials have repeatedly denied these claims and offered logical explanations for the airport's unique features and artwork, the persistence of these theories speaks to the enduring human fascination with the idea of powerful, shadowy forces operating just beneath the surface of everyday life. The Denver airport conspiracy theories have become a cultural touchstone for those who believe that the world is controlled by hidden agendas and that the truth is often stranger than fiction. Depatterning refers to a controversial psychological concept closely related to the idea of psychic driving, which posits that an individual's personality can be deconstructed or unlearned through repeated exposure to specific sounds, words, and codes. This theory is based on the notion that personality is developed gradually over time as a person grows and matures, and therefore it can be systematically dismantled using certain techniques. Psychic driving involves subjecting a person to repetitive visual or auditory stimuli, sometimes played forwards, backwards, or in other altered forms, with the intention of causing them to forget their sense of self. Depatterning takes this concept a step further by combining psychic driving with electroshock therapy and psychedelic drugs like LSD, with the aim of not only resetting an individual's personality, but also accessing their subconscious mind. Proponents of this theory believe that the combination of shock therapy and drugs could allow observers to communicate directly with the deepest levels of a person's psyche. Some advocates of this idea point to the alleged use of depatterning techniques during the CIA's controversial Project MK Ultra experiments as evidence of its potential effectiveness, although the ethical and scientific validity of these experiments remains highly disputed. In recent years, some conspiracy theorists have extended the concept of depatterning to modern media, suggesting that subtle tones, secret messages, and other hidden techniques are being used to manipulate the public's thoughts and behaviors, ultimately eroding their capacity for higher-order thinking and keeping them in a state of docility.
Like this video and subscribe to Maker.
Depopulation Funds refers to a theory that certain wealthy individuals and organizations are secretly financing projects to reduce the global population. Proponents of this theory point to large donations made by billionaires like Bill Gates towards global health and environmental initiatives as potential evidence. They interpret statements about reducing population growth through improved healthcare and education as coded language for more sinister intentions. Some adherents believe that vaccines, genetically modified foods, and even chemtrails are tools being used to covertly reduce fertility or cause health issues in targeted populations. The theory often cites historical examples of eugenics programs and population control efforts as precedent for modern depopulation agendas. Supporters argue that elite groups view overpopulation as a threat to resources and seek to preserve them for a select few. They claim that seemingly benevolent research into infectious diseases could be used to develop biological weapons for population reduction. The concept of useless eaters, originating in Nazi ideology, is sometimes invoked to explain why certain populations might be targeted. Believers point to declassified documents about past covert operations as evidence that such large-scale secretive programs are possible. While mainstream sources reject these claims, the theory persists due to distrust in institutions and concerns about wealth inequality and environmental issues. Devil's Gate refers to a dam in Pasadena's Arroyo Seco, California, that has long been associated with supernatural and occult phenomena, with some believing it to be a portal to hell. The area's spiritual significance dates back to the indigenous Tongva people, who attributed the sound of the water running through the gorge to the laughter of the coyote spirit. The dam, constructed in the 1920s, was named after a demon-like horned face that appears in the natural rock outcropping near the narrowest point of the Arroyo Seco. In the 1940s, a group of occultists, including rocket scientist Jack Parsons and L. Ron Hubbard, the future founder of Scientology, attempted rituals at the site with the goal of opening a portal to hell and bringing forth a moonchild, or Antichrist figure, to lead a thelemic revolution. Following Parsons' death in an accidental explosion in the 1950s, several children went missing in the area surrounding Devil's Gate Dam, with none of them ever being found. Serial killer Mac Ray Edwards, who worked as a construction worker in the area at the time, claimed responsibility for 2 of the disappearances 13 years later, stating that he had hidden the bodies somewhere in the concrete of California's freeways. 2 other children seemed to vanish into thin air near the site, one after turning a corner in front of his parents, and the other while returning to a nearby YMCA campsite, despite only being out of supervision for a matter of seconds. Some believe that the occult rituals conducted by Parsons and his associates opened a portal to hell, making the area a magnet for dark and mysterious events, such as the unexplained disappearances. The face in the rock and the laughter-like sound of the water continue to fuel speculation about the supernatural nature of Devil's Gate Dam. Die Glocke refers to a purported secret Nazi weapon project during World War II, which translates to the bell in English. According to various conspiracy theories and fringe historical accounts, Die Glocke was an alleged top-secret experiment aimed at developing a powerful propulsion device, or even a time travel machine. Proponents of the theory claim that the device consisted of a bell-shaped object made of a mysterious metallic liquid, which was subjected to high-frequency electromagnetic radiation and rotated at high speeds. Some believe that the Nazis were attempting to harness exotic physics principles, such as anti-gravity or interdimensional travel, through this experimental apparatus. Believers point to supposed eyewitness accounts from captured Nazi scientists and officials who described the device and its unusual effects, such as a shimmering metallic appearance and the presence of strange glowing substances. The theory also suggests that the Nazis may have been collaborating with extraterrestrial beings or tapping into ancient occult knowledge to develop this advanced technology. Some researchers have connected Die Glocke to other alleged Nazi wonder weapons, such as flying saucers and advanced propulsion systems, which were supposedly developed in secret underground facilities during the war. While mainstream historians and scientists generally dismiss the existence of Die Glocke due to a lack of credible evidence, the idea continues to captivate those interested in alternative history and the potential for lost or suppressed technologies. Dimensional jumping refers to the concept of shifting one's consciousness between parallel realities or dimensions. Proponents believe that through specific techniques like mirror gazing, visualization, or intention setting, a person can alter their subjective experience of reality in profound ways. The idea draws on principles from quantum mechanics, particularly the many worlds interpretation, which proposes infinite parallel universes. Practitioners report experiencing subtle or dramatic changes after attempting a jump, such as objects appearing in new locations, scars vanishing, or life circumstances improving. Some view dimensional jumping as a metaphor for radically changing one's perspective and beliefs, while others see it as a literal transfer of consciousness between timelines. The dimensional jumping subreddit popularized methods like the two glasses technique, where practitioners label two glasses to represent their current and desired realities, then ritualistically pour water between them. Skeptics argue the reported effects are due to heightened awareness, confirmation bias, or the placebo effect rather than actual reality shifts. However, proponents counter that the subjective nature of consciousness makes dimensional jumping unfalsifiable and worthy of open-minded exploration. Some practitioners keep track of an anchor number to detect shifts between realities, checking if it has changed after attempting a jump. Ettore Majorana was an Italian theoretical physicist who mysteriously vanished in 1938, leading to numerous theories about his fate. Majorana made significant contributions to neutrino mass theory, and was considered by Enrico Fermi to be on par with scientific geniuses like Galileo and Newton. His disappearance occurred after he withdrew all his money from his bank account and boarded a ship from Palermo to Naples, leaving behind a cryptic note to his family. Some believe Majorana deliberately vanished to escape the pressures of his academic life or to avoid involvement in the development of atomic weapons. Others speculate he may have been kidnapped by a foreign power interested in his scientific knowledge, possibly the Soviet Union or Nazi Germany. A theory suggests Majorana faked his death and secretly entered a monastery, living out his days as a recluse. In 2015, the Rome Attorney's Office stated that Majorana was alive in Venezuela after 1955, citing photographic evidence and witness testimonies. The claim of Majorana's survival is supported by alleged sightings and correspondence received by his friends and family years after his disappearance. Some researchers argue that Majorana's work on neutrino theory was so advanced that he may have made groundbreaking discoveries he chose to keep secret. Disease worship refers to the belief that certain illnesses or medical conditions have spiritual or divine significance, leading to their veneration or celebration. This concept can be found in various cultures throughout history, where diseases were sometimes seen as manifestations of supernatural forces or divine intervention. In some ancient societies, diseases were personified as deities or spirits, with temples and rituals dedicated to appeasing or honoring them. The practice of disease worship often involves the idea that suffering through an illness can lead to spiritual purification or enlightenment. Some modern spiritual movements incorporate elements of disease worship, viewing certain conditions as opportunities for personal growth or spiritual awakening. Proponents argue that embracing illness as a transformative experience can lead to a deeper understanding of life and death. In some cases, disease worship has been linked to the rejection of conventional medical treatments in favor of spiritual or alternative healing practices. Historical examples include the worship of smallpox deities in various cultures, such as the Hindu goddess Sitala or the Yoruba god Sapona. Some anthropologists suggest that disease worship may have evolved as a coping mechanism in societies with limited medical knowledge or resources. The concept challenges modern medical perspectives by proposing that illness can have value beyond its physical impact, potentially influencing how individuals approach health and healing. The notion that Walt Disney is cryogenically frozen stems from persistent rumors that began shortly after his death in 1966. Proponents of this theory believe that Disney arranged to have his body frozen in hopes of being revived in the future when medical technology could cure his lung cancer. The idea gained traction due to Disney's known fascination with futurism and technological progress, as evidenced by his vision for Epcot. Some claim that Disney's family kept his cryopreservation a secret to protect his public image and the company's reputation. Supporters point to the fact that Disney's exact burial location remains undisclosed, fueling speculation about the true fate of his remains. The rumor was further bolstered by the proximity of Disney's death to the first human cryopreservation, which occurred just a month later in January 1967. Some theorists suggest that Disney's vast wealth and influence could have given him access to experimental preservation techniques not available to the public. Alleged insiders have claimed over the years to have knowledge of Disney's frozen body being stored beneath the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland. The persistence of this urban legend has led some to believe that the Disney company secretly continues to fund research into cryonics and life extension technologies. To add to the speculation, some suggest that Disney's 2013 film Frozen was actually an attempt to cover up the long-standing rumor. They posit that by flooding search engines with results about the movie, Disney aimed to bury information about the cryogenic preservation theory. Disneyland's secret tunnels, known as the utilidors, form an extensive underground network beneath the park. These tunnels were designed to allow cast members and maintenance staff to move around unseen, preserving the illusion of the themed areas above. The utilidor system was first implemented in Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom, but similar tunnels exist in a more limited capacity at Disneyland. At Disneyland, these tunnels primarily exist beneath Main Street, USA, and parts of Tomorrowland, covering about 3 acres. The tunnels house various facilities, including break rooms, offices, storage areas, and even a cafeteria for employees. Some sections of the tunnels are used for waste management, with an automated vacuum collection system for trash disposal. The existence of these tunnels contributes to the park's ability to maintain its pristine appearance, as garbage and supplies are transported out of sight. Rumors suggest that the tunnels may also contain secret meeting rooms and emergency bunkers, though these claims remain unverified. Access to the utilidors is strictly limited to authorized personnel, adding to the mystique and speculation surrounding their true extent and purpose. Divination refers to the practice of seeking knowledge of the future or the unknown through supernatural means. This ancient practice has been a part of human culture for millennia, with various methods used across different societies and belief systems. Common forms of divination include tarot card reading, astrology, palm reading, and scrying using mirrors or crystal balls. Practitioners of divination believe that certain objects or rituals can serve as conduits for spiritual or cosmic energies, revealing hidden truths or future events. Some cultures view divination as a way to communicate with deities, ancestors, or other spiritual entities. Proponents argue that divination taps into the subconscious mind, allowing individuals to access intuitive knowledge they may not be consciously aware of. Historical records show that divination has been used by leaders and decision-makers in many societies to guide important choices. Certain divination practices, such as the I Ching, have been studied for their philosophical and psychological insights, regardless of their predictive abilities. Some modern practitioners combine traditional divination methods with psychological techniques, viewing them as tools for self-reflection and personal growth. The Divinities playing card game theory posits that the events and occurrences in our world are the result of a cosmic card game played by divine entities. This concept suggests that each decision or event is determined by the cards played by these divine beings, with each card representing potential outcomes. Proponents of this theory point to synchronicities and seemingly improbable historical events as evidence of divine intervention through the card game. The theory attempts to reconcile the concepts of predestination and free will, proposing that humans also have their own set of cards to play within the larger game. Supporters argue that this perspective explains the coexistence of randomness and order observed in life and the cosmos. Some adherents draw parallels between this theory and principles of quantum mechanics, where particles exist in states of probability until observed. The idea of existence as a game of chance has roots in various philosophical and theological traditions across different cultures. This theory offers a unique framework for understanding the interconnectedness of events and the potential significance of seemingly random occurrences. Advocates suggest that viewing life through this lens can provide comfort and meaning in the face of uncertainty and apparent chaos. Critics argue that while intriguing, The theory lacks empirical evidence and may oversimplify the complexities of existence and causality. DMT beings refer to entities reportedly encountered by individuals during intense psychedelic experiences induced by N,N-dimethyltryptamine, or DMT. Users consistently describe meeting intelligent, often non-human entities in seemingly alternate dimensions or realities. These beings are frequently reported to communicate with the experiencer, often conveying complex information or profound insights. Common descriptions of DMT beings include machine elves, jesters, geometric entities, and beings made of pure light or energy. Many users report that these encounters feel more real than ordinary reality, leading some to believe they are accessing genuine alternate dimensions. Neuroscientist Rick Strassman's research on DMT experiences found remarkable consistency in reports of entity encounters across diverse participants. Some theories propose that DMT beings are manifestations of the subconscious mind, while others suggest they are autonomous entities existing in parallel realities. The consistency of reports across cultures and individuals who have no prior knowledge of DMT lore adds weight to claims of the phenomenon's validity. Certain indigenous cultures have long used DMT-containing plants in shamanic practices, believing they facilitate communication with spirit realms. The profound nature of these experiences has led some researchers to investigate potential therapeutic applications of DMT in treating conditions like depression and addiction. DNA formed in the Big Bang refers to the theory that the basic building blocks of life originated during the universe's creation. This concept suggests that complex organic molecules, including the precursors to DNA, could have formed in the extreme conditions of the early universe. Proponents argue that the intense heat and energy of the Big Bang could have facilitated the synthesis of simple organic compounds. Some researchers point to the discovery of complex organic molecules in interstellar space as evidence supporting this theory. The idea challenges the conventional belief that life's building blocks formed solely through chemical processes on early Earth. Advocates propose that these primordial organic compounds could have been distributed throughout the universe by cosmic events. This theory aligns with the concept of panspermia, which suggests that life or its precursors could be spread across the cosmos. Some scientists argue that the uniformity of the genetic code across all life on Earth could be explained by a common cosmic origin. The discovery of amino acids in meteorites and comets lends some credence to the idea of extraterrestrial origins for life's building blocks. While controversial, this theory offers an alternative explanation for the emergence of life and its potential ubiquity in the universe. Dolphin intelligence refers to the advanced cognitive abilities observed in various dolphin species, particularly bottlenose dolphins. These marine mammals demonstrate problem-solving skills, self-awareness, and complex social behaviors that rival those of great apes. Dolphins possess large, highly developed brains relative to their body size, with a structure that suggests advanced information processing capabilities. Research has shown that dolphins can understand symbolic language, recognize themselves in mirrors, and use tools in their natural environment. Some studies indicate that dolphins have distinct whistles that function as names, suggesting a sophisticated form of communication. Dolphins exhibit cultural learning, passing knowledge and behaviors from one generation to the next within their social groups. Experiments have demonstrated their ability to understand syntax and semantics in artificial languages, hinting at a capacity for abstract thought. Observations of dolphins engaging in cooperative hunting strategies and forming alliances indicate advanced social cognition. Some researchers propose that dolphin echolocation may allow them to perceive the world in ways that humans cannot fully comprehend. The complexity of dolphin vocalizations has led some scientists to speculate about the existence of a dolphin language, though this remains controversial. For these reasons, speculation has arisen that dolphin intelligence might surpass that of humans, possibly even acknowledging humanity's cognitive boundaries. This idea is also alluded to in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
The second most intelligent creatures were, of course, dolphins, who, curiously enough, had long known of the impending destruction of the planet Earth.